Ah, Rouken Glen. A fine place to ponder life's big questions, like why do squirrels always look guilty? And is it socially acceptable to walk a dog in a pram? If you enjoy these rambles through beautiful places with far too much historical context and very little upper body strength, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe and tell the algorithm you prefer your travel content with a side of moss. Right, let's begin. We're in Rouken Glen, one of the most beloved green spaces on the outskirts of Glasgow, just a 10-minute train ride from the city centre if ScotRail's in a good mood. The name Rouken likely comes from rocking stone, possibly referring to a druid rocking stone that once stood nearby, or possibly just someone from the 18th century trying to be poetic about a big lump of geology. The land was once part of the vast Thornley Bank estate, owned by a man named Walter Crumb, a chemist and industrialist, back when that meant something impressive, and not someone selling shampoo bars on Etsy. Crumb built a mansion here in the 1800s because why not, and landscaped the grounds to within an inch of their botanical life. Eventually, in 1906, the estate was gifted to the people of Glasgow by a leather magnate named Archibald Cameron Corbett. If you're wondering what sort of person gifts a massive park to a city, it's usually someone with a lot of money and a slightly guilty conscience. Now, this is the star of the show, the Waterfall. Genuinely dramatic, particularly if you haven't seen moving water in a while. It's powered by the Old House Burn, and it's not here by accident. The water once powered a mill that produced flour, paper, and, inexplicably, snuff. Aye, the Victorians really knew how to multitask their waterways. Today it powers Instagram reels and one man who insists on meditating shirtless on a rock. You've got the usual park suspects, kids screaming near the playground, dogs off lead pretending they don't understand English, and a duck pond. Or boating pond, if you believe the sign, and ignore the fact that the only boats here are abandoned little trolleys. But then there's this, the glen itself. A steep wooded gorge with twisted paths, old stone bridges, and more damp foliage than a BBC crime drama. This is where the park earns its proper walking stripes. There's a quiet grandeur to it all. You can almost imagine Victorian ladies in full skirts having nervous breakdowns over poetry. And just when you think you've escaped civilization entirely, a man jogs past wearing AirPods and a bin bag. Truly timeless. There's also a walled garden, which is lovely when it's open, and a cafe with a fairly decent soup, and the kind of tray bakes that crumble if you breathe near them. If you've survived the walk through the glen without being hit by a runaway scooter, you've earned it. So that's Rouken Glen. Half serene Victorian garden, half urban jungle gym, a place where you can climb through forests, contemplate a waterfall, and then have a bacon roll next to a man arguing with a pigeon. Is it the most dramatic landscape in Scotland? No, but it's got history, waterfalls, and a slightly confusing number of Labradors, and sometimes that's all you need. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me which part of the park your gran used to get lost in.